JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones. Hi guys, welcome back as we take a look back at the major stories of the week, December 25 to 31. 3 men charged for 2,000 pounds of cocaine seized by the JDF. 3 fishermen who have been identified as Amar Augustus Nugent, otherwise called Sir Lucky, of Storetown St. Mary and White River St. Anne, Josie White, also known as Cat, of White River, and Delroy Anthony Bremer from Florence Hall in Trelawney were charged after a go-fast boat was intercepted by the JCF on Monday and 2,000 pounds of cocaine seized. About 4 a.m. on Monday, Jamaica Defence Force Coast Guard stationed in Port Morant, acting on intelligence, intercepted a white and grey go-fast boat. The vessel is suspected to have been travelling from Colombia. 90 knitted bags containing white powdery substance resembling cocaine were found on board the vessel along with other items. The cocaine, which weighed approximately 2,000 pounds, reportedly has a street value of 1.1 billion Jamaican dollars. So on Boxing Day, Monday the 26th, the JDF intercepted the go-fast boat after they received intelligence, and when they checked, they found 2,000 pounds of cocaine, valued 1.1 billion Jamaican dollars, not million. Now, these 3 fishermen, my first question is, were they working for somebody? Because to go to Colombia to go pick up cocaine is no easy feat. Were they working for somebody and taking the fall for somebody? Because I know so this cocaine don't even cheap either. So these 3 fishermen have been charged. Now cocaine is something where, if it is destined for here, is it that we consume so much cocaine on this island? Or was it supposed to go up north? That is the question. Now, 2,000 pounds of cocaine. Only man uptown really sniff cocaine. A cokehead them are also, we call them cokehead when they're really crackhead. Can't afford cocaine, so cocaine is for the rich uptown. So if it was destined for here, this is just one of many boats that has come into our territorial waters carrying cocaine. Just one of many. So 2,000 pounds, that's a whole lot. That is a whole lot. So is it that there are so many persons on this island that are now trading in cocaine? That 2,000 pounds, a whole heap of powder. And powder don't really carry weight until it is compact, until it is compressed, then you carry weight. Just like flour. 2,000 pounds is a whole lot. So I'm asking the question, is it destined for uptown? Or was it going to be distributed right across the island? Or was it destined for up north? And the biggest question is, who does it belong to? It was seized in St. Thomas. I wonder if it belonged to some people over Portland side. Not calling any name. Because me not have big bank account, because some people love so people. So you know what? Let me move on and you try to answer some of those questions for me if you can. Hotel worker dies in accident on Christmas Day. A woman is dead and several other people injured following a 2-vehicle collision along the Greenwood Main Road on Christmas Day. The deceased has been identified as 41-year-old Cydia Jarrett, a resident of Friendship District in Trelawney. According to the police, about 11:40 p.m., Jarrett was a passenger in a Toyota Coaster bus along with several others when he collided with a Toyota Voxy. The injured people were taken to hospital where Jarrett was pronounced dead. Jarrett was an employee at a resort in Rosehall, St. James, where she was a supervisor. She was on the staff bus heading towards Falmouth when the incident took place. Time and time again we have seen in the news where hotel workers have been killed in crashes. And it is so sad that on Christmas Day, this lady's family has been left into mourning. From what I've been seeing on social media, everybody has something good to say about Miss Jarrett. And it is so unfortunate that such a nice person, as they say, somebody who respected other people, somebody who respected the persons that were working underneath her, the person that she was supervising, she treated them with respect and she treated them with love. But on Christmas Day, just like so many other hotel workers have lost their lives. So on Christmas Day, just like so many other hotel workers, she lost her life on Christmas Day of all days. Our condolences goes out to her family, to her colleagues. It was just a month ago where another hotel worker succumbed to injuries she received. Andrea Barnett Ferguson, another hotel worker, died on November 13, 2022, when the coaster bus she was traveling in jumped the median and collided with another coaster along the Flankers Main Road. I don't know what we're going to be doing as a country to reduce road fatalities, because of course most road fatalities are caused by careless overtaking. And it is so sad that another family has been left into mourning, hardworking woman, a contributor to society, lost their life in this manner. And still in the West on Christmas Day, a Negril man was gunned down at home. A man was shot dead inside his red ground Negril house on Christmas Day. He has been identified as 34-year-old Floyd Walters, otherwise called Braga. According to reports from the police, shortly after 7 p.m., Walters was alone inside his house while his wife and other family members were at a nearby shop when they heard several loud explosions sounding like gunshots coming from the home. When the family members made check, they found Walters lying on the ground in the yard. The police were summoned, and on their arrival, Walters was seen lying on his back in a pool of blood, suffering from what appeared to be multiple gunshot wounds to his head. He was transported by the police to the Savlamar Public General Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. And of course, Westmoreland continues to make the news. Mayhem and bloodshed continues in Westmoreland on Christmas Day of all days. This is a day when family members come together. When you cook one pot and everybody just sit down and talk about things that did happen years ago. And people just happy and merry. This family has been left into mourning. Don't know why he was executed. Because to be given so many shots to the head, it was surely an execution. So Braga was executed on Christmas Day. Of all places, in his home. Is it that he knew the persons that did it? Or is it that the doors were left open and man just walked into the house? So many questions which I hope might be answered when the police are able to conclude their investigation and hold the responsible party or parties. I remember a time when the Westmoreland, Hanover were quiet parishes. And I've heard so many persons talk about it. But thanks to the choppers, these parishes, there's no peace in these parishes anymore. Day upon day, bloodshed and mayhem. People are dying here, people are dying there. And there's little that the police can do. So we as citizens, we have to come together now and decide that something needs to be done because we don't know when it's going to reach our doorsteps. So as a people, we have to come together. We blame the government because the government don't put in the correct measures and the right laws to deal with them. And sometimes when they're caught, they go before the judges and they're given bail and they come back out and they continue the same thing that they were doing. But some of us people, we have to work together because we know who they are. It's not like we don't know. Some of us washing the bloody clothes, some of us spending the bloody money. Money come on, money full of blood and we wash it. And we put it dry, we launder it. We put it to dry. So we know who they are. But of course, it doesn't bother me, so I'll continue to keep my mouth shut. But something needs to be done out west because too many persons are dying in the west. Jamaican woman arrested and charged for stabbing death of 3-year-old daughter. A Jamaican woman based in South Florida has been arrested and charged after she stabbed and killed her 3-year-old daughter at her North Miami Beach apartment. 24-year-old Jalicia Moy Baxter called the police and allegedly admitting to stabbing and killing her child. Baxter was said to be unemployed and had been evicted from her home for non-payment. The police said they took Baxter into custody without incident. Baxter is from the Frankfield area of Clarendon. At the time of her arrest, she was reportedly in the living room of her apartment wearing a white robe, and the little girl's body was nearby. She faces charges of first-degree murder and aggravated child abuse. When the police went on the scene, the little girl had several deep stab wounds to her chest, neck, and face. According to the police, officers located the murder weapon near the girl's body. No motive has been revealed for the killing. Now Baxter, unemployed, about to be evicted, lost her mother maybe a week before all of this happened. Now guys, I want you to listen to this 911 call and tell me exactly what you think about it. A number of persons are saying that she's wicked and she's evil and she should have done this and she should have done that.
Hello? Hi, this is Operator Brown from the North Main Beach Police Department on the recorded line. Did you call for the police?
Yes.
Okay, what is your name?
Jalissa?
Ulissa?
Jalissa Baxter.
Ulissa, hi. Can you tell me what's happening there?
Yes, I just killed my daughter.
How old is your daughter?
3.
Is there anyone else in the house?
God.
And how did you kill your daughter?
I tried strangling her. That didn't work, so I stabbed her with a knife in the neck and chest.
And what area of the house is she in?
She's on the floor in the living room.
Do you still have the knife?
I do.
Is it in your hand?
No.
Can you tell me what you're wearing, Alyssa?
A robe.
What color is your robe?
White.
Is there any way I can get you to speak to the officers, Alyssa? Tell me where you are so I can have the officers speak with you.
I'm in the living room.
Okay, I'm going to speak with the officers, okay? Just give me one moment, okay?
Okay.
Overnight because I'm landline with the complainant. She was like she's in the living room. She's no longer armed. She's wearing a white robe. Okay, do you see the officers?
Let me open the door.
Just leave the door open and go back and sit in the living room.
Okay.
Well, for now, I'm instructing her to leave the door open to the TPH and to sit down in the living room. Hold on, how you said here?
I'm right here.
Well, for now, the bathroom is straight back to the
Huh?
But this woman seems as if she was going through a serious period of depression. In America, maybe she didn't have any families close to her. Her mother just died. She can't come down for help to bury her mother because maybe she don't have the money or she don't have the money to send come down to contribute towards her mother's funeral. She was overwhelmed. She was overwhelmed, which does not give her the right to stab this bullet to innocent child. But I'm wondering, how is it that some persons react when they are depressed? Because the call that I heard, she sounded quite calm, cool, and collected as if she was just calling to order pizza. So I was rather confused. I would figure that, she just killed her daughter. There would be maybe a high-pitched voice or some form of expression in her voice. There was nothing. Is it that she was totally disconnected from what she did? It is so sad. It is so sad that she couldn't see a way out. And she thought this would have been her way out. Unemployed, about to be evicted, her mother just died. And she saw her child maybe being like a burden. Or is it that she said, listen, I can't provide for her. I can't keep a roof over her head, so it is better she's dead. I don't know. This one touched me to my core. 3-year-old, innocent baby girl. When I looked at the picture, I was like, she fine, you can look past some pitney picture and you just say pitney fine, as in slim. Couldn't she have seeked a shelter somewhere? Couldn't she find a friend or somebody, leave her at the fire station, leave her at the police station, leave her somewhere? Ask somebody if say, listen, right now I cannot take care of her. It is sad to say, but what she did was selfish. Even though I don't know the frame of mind that she was in. But this little girl didn't get a chance. At 3 years old, she did not get a chance. And unfortunately, she's no longer with us. And this one hurt me. I hurt a lot of mothers, a lot of fathers, aunts, uncles, grandparents. It hurt everybody. Because the big question is, you couldn't see a way out. Couldn't you have left the child somewhere? That is the big question. But she needs help. Because sooner or later it is going to come back to her, if it has not yet. She's going to need help. So I hope that help that is needed is provided. Because this woman is in a dark, dark place. Now from one sad news item to another. Woman dies after allegedly being beaten by husband in Portmore. 50-year-old Paul Walker, a construction worker of Caymanas Gardens, Portmore, St. Catherine, has been charged with the murder of his wife, 44-year-old Nicola Walker. According to the Caymanas police, about 9:30 p.m. on Sunday, November 6, 2022, Walker and his wife were at home when an argument developed between them. It is alleged that Walker kicked and punched his wife all over her body, causing swelling, bruises, and pain. The police were summoned, and on their arrival, Mrs. Walker was taken to the hospital where she later succumbed reportedly to injuries she had sustained. He was subsequently arrested and charged. his court date is being finalized. So this woman has been battling in hospital from November 6th. She was beaten on Sunday, November 6th. And this woman has been battling in hospital in pain. All because of one dirty man. Now, what could I get in a Paul Walker head? If you kick and punch your wife to the level of degree, that the level of degree of brutality. Kick and punch, you know. That she was taken to hospital and she died a month and a half after. So I figure she maybe had a whole lot of internal bleeding. Get kicked and punch in her head, in her eye. I mean, I don't know. But some of them man deserve to stay by themselves. I don't know what the argument was about, but regardless of what the argument was about, Mr. Walker, me not even call him Mr. Because he's a man in a boy's body. Because a boy do them something when you look up it and you fight on playground. What could possess the man to be the woman that he professed to love? He married to her. She's 44 and he's 50. What could possess the man to beat this woman to this level that she died a month or another after her beating? Can you imagine the trauma, the pain that this woman had to endure? Mr. Me don't know warm to someone, man, you know. Mr. Someone if go back to God like on a barn. Never see a woman without clothes on. Never. Because someone who don't deserve to even have somebody that share same space, the same oxygen where you breathe them and breathe with, you know. What could have possessed the man? Mr. This hurt me as a woman. I mean, you have some woman who somehow we face, you know. And somehow we have some things about where somehow we also need to by ourselves. But as I say over and over, if you can't agree, part ways, brother. There's no reason, no rhyme or reason, if you beat the woman, kick the woman, punch the woman. I don't even know the size of this woman, but probably she was small and he was big. Or it's just that him does feel say when him angry, you know, some people and say, listen, no matter make him get in a temper, you know, because you don't know when he get in a temper, you know them people, eh? And the man killed the woman. Killed the woman. So I want to follow up the story. If it's one in our court and go before the judge, what is going to be his reason? What his lawyer is going to say? That is the reason why he beat his wife to death. Because that is eventually what happened. I want to hear the reason. I want the judge sentence him. What is the sentencing that is going to be given? Manslaughter. I'm going in say manslaughter. I'm following up this one. His court date has not yet been finalized. So when his court date is being finalized, I'll keep you updated. But women, I tell you no over and over. Me say it one already. Me say sometimes if you have to go on the bus stop, go on the bus stop. Don't stay in a situation for him. Lift up in hand one time. It means that it is a trend that is going to continue. My mother did tell me that. My mother said, listen, for him, lift him on one time. Don't even stay if you make him lift it 2 times. And because I know so sometimes me hot head when I come on to certain things. I'd rather kill him more than him kill me. And that is just the plain truth. Because if I am trying to leave and he's been an obstacle in my way and I can't leave, then I'm here going to make a news. Because I live to fight another day. But it is just so crazy that another woman has lost her life at the hand of an abusive husband, abusive partner. No end in sight to this. Because it's not only Jamaica it's happening right across the world. 70 charged under the new Firearms Act. Some 70 people have been charged under the new Firearms Act. Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson said that the 63 men and the 7 women were charged between November 1 and December 20. Anderson was speaking at Jamaica House, said the majority of those charged fall in the 16 to 30 age group. Penalties on the new Firearms Act range from 15 years to life imprisonment. Now, after Andrew Wellness come in and institute the amnesty, you want to tell me so them people are still plan for work on the illegal weapons? Give them judge 15 to life. And remember, this was up to December 20. We are not the 31st of December. Or rather the 1st of January. So you see how much other persons have been added to that. So it is no longer 70. but probably about 80 to 85. And no pity here. I want them get the full sentence. So it seems as if now we have to go build a new prison just to put in the people that are going to be charged with illegal firearm. Build a new prison for them if we have to. Put them in there and lock them away. Lock them where they can't make no phone call. Not even letter they can't write. Not even pigeon they can't send with note. Because too many of them going around and creating havoc on this island. And as some of them say them can't give up their machine, because if them give up their machine, it's just like them giving up them life. So give up on a life. 15 years to life. I look forward to reading some of these sentences in this new year, 2023. Oh, what a blessing and a rejoicing it will be for me and many others. American businessman charged for ganja found in cereal boxes at airport. An American businessman has been charged with the breaches of the Dangerous Drugs Act after compressed ganja was found in his luggage at the Sangster International Airport in St. James on Wednesday. Jermaine Sutherland from Fort Worth, Texas, was on the island for a week before he was arrested by narcotics detectives. Sutherland, who police also reside in Duaneville, Trelawney, was charged with possession, dealing in and importing ganja. A court date was not given for the accused man. Now, according to the reports, Sutherland arrived at the airport on American Airlines from Texas last Thursday. His luggage was delayed and he returned to the airport to collect them. The police said about 12:15 p.m. Sutherland's luggage was being searched at the customs department when it was found to contain 2 cereal boxes, each containing compressed ganja. He was taken into custody and, following further investigations, was subsequently charged. From a born and never hear of somebody coming back into Jamaica with ganja. Something to write about this. Me hear people coming into the island with cocaine. But coming to the island with compressed ganja. No, I am wondering if Sutherland did have them compressed ganja in a cereal box and took up a rank cereal box. Because this don't make no sense. How you left from foreign and come here, the island where every real good sense and come with compressed ganja? Is it that it was put in his bag at custom? This don't make no sense. This really don't make no sense to me. This don't make no sense. Nobody now left from foreign and come with ganja. People left with ganja. Or if you import ganja, people don't import ganja. People export ganja. Boy, Sutherland, me don't know how you want also, but something right about this. You see that I Sutherland up there, and him do a thing and him having a ganja in a cereal box. And he took up a wrong cereal box. Because this don't make no sense. What do you really actually think about this? You're coming into Jamaica with ganja. The ganja capital of the world with the best weed there. And come to Jamaica and compress. No, sir. Moving on. This don't make no sense to me. None at all. 2 men died following fight at Burger King car park. 2 men are dead and another injured following a fight at the Burger King car park on Barbican Road, St. Andrew on Thursday morning. The dead men have been identified as Akeem Morgan, 28, a carpenter, and Kaim Harris, 28, both from Confidence View, Kingston 6. A 23-year-old student remained hospitalized in serious condition. The police are reporting that about 6:50 a.m., Morgan, Harris, and another man were occupants of a black Toyota Noah using the Burger King drive-thru when an argument developed between them and the men in a grey Nissan Tiida. The men in the Nissan Tiida were joined by men in a white BMW, and the argument turned into a physical confrontation. Knives and machetes were brought into play, and in the fracas, Morgan, Harris, and the other man were injured. The injured men were rushed to the University Hospital of the West Indies, where Morgan was pronounced dead, and Harris and the other man admitted. Harris later succumbed to his injuries. Now, I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, have seen the video being circulating on social media. Boy, them man, I hear that. I'm wondering if they knew each other. That is my question, because I've not really gotten any information on this. I'm wondering if they knew each other. Because some of them boy, they look like them a scammer, them a chopper. Because the chopper didn't have a look, you know. But when I saw the video, and I'm saying them man, I hear that he man. I walk one on the island, I come next day, we drink one different kind of water from what other people are drink. Nobody for cry peace. But the good thing is that they were caught on camera. So it should not be a hard task for the police to find them. Because, hard to zoom up the license plate. If zoom up them face when they run, go back in their vehicle, weapons in hand. And all the man I beg, even if he was in the wrong, all the youth I beg say, listen brother, just, quelling out done, in smelling that. In smelly. And the man them still. Like fly. Because when fly find certain things, they now come and fighting, no matter you show them, And the man them, boy, I tell you, I don't know. But we're living in a society where these young men are cold and callous. It come like one different blood run through them vein. That's if a blood run through them vein. Because when they get into this zone, there's nothing. When they smell blood, there's nothing. That chipping at them head. If you say, all right, you know what? Make I give him a chance. The whole intention is just say, make dopey. And then one of them just go sit on one place and drink and burn two spliff and say, yeah man, you see the boy face? You see the boy face? I'm grab up the boy. You see the boy face? I'm give the boy the first stop. What's something wrong with the way? Something is wrong with us. Where did the adults go wrong? That we end up with them monsters here walking among us. Something is wrong. Mothers, fathers, where did we all go wrong? Grandparents, the church. Something is wrong. Because it's not normal for these young men. And it's like it's almost all of them. There's never anybody for cry peace. And all the people in my ball out and say, let him nobody kill him. It come like say a strength then get. Because of course they come like that, give them a different vibe to say, yeah man, me a Batman. And man have to do with them, man have to finish with them start. But I hope sooner or later, as we enter into this new year, that the police will have a breakthrough. And that these monsters will be taken off the street before they do anything else if they have not already done it. 2 men killed by gunmen in separate incidents. Police detectives are probing the execution-style killing of 2 women in St. Thomas and St. Andrew as the 2022 murder tally continues to climb. The first killing took place at Navarre Lane in Seaforth, St. Thomas. 30-year-old Tiana Barbie Ewart was killed about 6:45 p.m. when an armed man entered her yard and shot her multiple times in her head and upper body. It is understood that there was a tussle as the gunman pounced upon Ewart, but he managed to squeeze the trigger before making his escape on foot. The police were summoned and she was taken to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. Over in St. Andrew South, the Hunts Bay police are investigating the killing. Over in St. Andrew South, the Hunts Bay police are investigating the murder of 51-year-old Maxine Hilton, a bar owner of Grape Road in Kingston 11. She was shot in the head multiple times on Thursday, about 8:20 p.m. as she sat in front of her home. Reports said that Hilton was among a group of persons on Grape Road when a motorcycle approached with 2 men on board. It is alleged that the pillion disembarked the motorcycle and opened fire, hitting Hilton and sending the other people scampering for cover. The police were summoned and she was taken to a hospital where she was pronounced dead. For them to be killed in this manner, there's a backstory. Don't know what it is. Because it's a 30-year-old Ewart. She put up a fight, but she was overpowered, shot in her head, and killed. While Hilton, sitting among other people, was singled out, shot to the head, and killed. Now, I don't know about anybody else now, but anywhere that I am, I may see one motorbike ride up with 2 smarty pony. Me not take my eye for them. As a matter of fact, I try to leave that space as long as I'm able to. Because I realize that whenever 2 young men, especially when them bleach out and them maga, ride up on a motorcycle, expect anything. And I'm saying it to everybody that is listening. As long as you're in Jamaica, and you see a motorcycle ride up with 2 bleach out face boy, because a lot of times that's how they look. And them mal is maga. Find yourself, find a way to take yourself away from there quickly. If you hear a motorcycle come and they're behind you, look behind you. Stop taking things for granted. Because time and time again, I have read the news, others have read the news. Motorcycle rode up, pillion disembarked, open fire. Hitting this one, hitting that one. I will keep on asking. I heard Mr. Holness came out recently and said, listen, I'll do something about their motorbike here. With this nice, we are backfire and it being a nuisance to everybody. Being a nuisance to every single person on this island. But I've not heard him come out to say only one person will be allowed on a motorcycle. Sad to say, because you have some people, law-abiding citizens, that is what they own, a motorcycle, that them used to carry them wife or them children to school or to work. But sometimes they say they good have to suffer for the bad. But something needs to be done about 2 persons on a motorcycle. And maybe not until them reach a politician yard and shoot up one politician house or kill one politician, and I'm not talking politician like a councillor, but an MP, a minister. Then something is going to be done about this. How many persons have been calling for this? One person to a motorcycle, no pillion riders. And Mr. Prime Minister, we're asking and we're begging and we're beseeching because we can't stop them. We don't have the authority, we don't have the power. But those in Parliament who are working for us, they are the ones who have the power. They are the ones to make the laws. They have the power, we don't have it. So even though they are working for us, they ain't doing a good job. Because too many persons in Kingston, Westmoreland, Hanover, Montego Bay, just riding around on a motorcycle and killing off people. But I said, anytime you're anywhere you hear a motorcycle ride up, because you hear them from far, because they're very noisy. Look out. Don't just walk and behave as if, because I realize that some people, sometimes I'm driving and I see people on the road deep on their cell phone, totally distracted. And I'm like, look at that. I don't know if it's because I'm reading news every day and seeing the amount of bloodshed why I'm sometimes maybe get a little paranoid. But anytime I hear a motorcycle, I could have one somebody upon it. Because I hear them from far, I start get ready to take on myself. Because I don't know what is about to happen. I may tell you now again, look out, and anytime when you see one, move. Because it just might be happening right where you are. And because then can't shoot them or end up shooting too. And finally, big headshot dead in Clarendon, woman injured. An argument over a cell phone is said to be behind the killing of a man and injuring of a young woman along the Bustamante Highway in Clarendon on Saturday afternoon. 38-year-old Michael Marlin. The police are saying in this report that he's a building contractor. Other reports that have emerged before now say that he's a laborer, so I don't even know what he is. But Michael Marlin, otherwise called Big Ed, from Homestead in St. Catherine, was shot dead, while a 19-year-old teen has been hospitalized. This brazen daylight shooting was said to have occurred in full view of passing motorists. About 12:15 p.m., Marlin and the teen journeyed to Clarendon, where they are to meet with people unknown to deliver baby clothes and other stuff and collect a cell phone. They met on the highway near Savannah Cross, where the exchange was made. However, Marlin got into an argument with the men when he claimed that the phone given to him was not what he was expecting. The police said that during the argument, one of the men pulled a gun and opened fire, hitting Marlin in the upper body and the teen in her thigh. The men fled the scene, and both injured individuals were assisted to the Mapen Hospital, where Marlin succumbed and the young lady has been treated. No, I don't know how much of you follow JBN, but I've carried this news that Marlin, in November, had attacked media workers, damaging the cameraman phone, boxing the cameraman in the face, and threatening the journalist. So he was arrested and taken into custody and charged, and he was set to reappear in court on February 16. Now, this same big head could journey down to Clarendon. I don't know if it's barrel come or somebody saying close to somebody or what, but him journey down to Clarendon to make an exchange, to give her the clothes and stuff and collect the cell phone. But somehow, the phone that he was given is not the phone that he was expecting. So big bad Marlin, who backs up the journalist, backs up the cameraman and mash up him camera, decides to take on some man from Mapen. You never hear about Mapen man them, but him always say, Mapen and a play pen. Especially right out over this name Cross over Dampy. I've heard about this place. Not from Clarendon, but I've heard about this place and I tell us nothing good. Need I say more? So him go over there now with him big bad self and decides that maybe he want to treat him like how him treat the cameraman and the journalist. But today was not his day. Me know say no one big man shoot him now. Me know one little boy shoot him. One of them little boy there. Because them not take check. So Marlin with him big bad self is now laying on the ice. After him backs up the cameraman, big bad Marlin. Because they were there reporting on the teachers' demonstration. The teachers protest over the Pitnam Night School. When they have no manners because they come from some yard like where Big Ed run. So Big Ed is no more. Big Ed came to Mapen with the same kind of attitude. And Big Ed food was eaten. As what them said, them name Big Ed food. So now in family I forget ready for funeral. But my question is, he mash up the cameraman equipment, who are going to pay for that? Because in dead now. That is my final question. What go pay for cameraman equipment to Big Ed mash up? Because Big Ed can't pay for it again. Me remember one time, I've heard a story and say if you owe somebody some money, you bury them back X by your box. And then can't bury you. I don't know if any of you ever heard this story. You talk to your grandparents and great grandparents and they say, listen, if you owe somebody on the mark X by your box and can't bury you, I wonder if the cameraman can mark X by Big Ed box and your family have to pay for him equipment before it can be buried. Anyway, guess what? Happy New Year, guys. And I hope this new year will be more blessed and favorable than it was in 2022. May the Lord God Almighty continue to bless you and to protect you, and that you continue to aim for greater things. Continue to love each other and continue to be an example in your community. So no walk good. May I go try to get some feet now. Blessings, love and respect. Until next week, we'll meet again, same place, same time. Remember, talk back to me, leave a comment, and let us keep this journey going. Enough love, respect. JBN, we keep you informed.